Hi, my name is Brent Simon, and this is another episode of Night Owl Film Discussions. Okay, this is the second episode of this particular show that I'm doing. The first episode I did title Net Show with Brent Simon, but I decided to change that title, and now it will be known as, the show will be known as Night Owl Film Discussions. So, and I will be using the Net Show with Brent Simon for a different show that I'll do later. Anyways, okay, it is working. Okay, to get into it. Okay, so this video is like I titled well, I didn't title, but this is my video for a review and film news for the month of June, which just ended yesterday, actually. Well, now it's July 2nd, so it ended a couple days ago. Or what I learned and interested me this past month by me, Brent Simon. So, before we start the show, I wanted to make an announcement about a couple other shows that I would like to record sometime this month. Those two shows will be, well, one of them will be a show where I discuss the order in which I believe the films I have seen over the last 6 months in 2014. We're halfway through the year now of 2014, and I wanted to take all the movies I've seen over the half year and put them in and tell everybody what I thought, give an order of which one I liked the best to the least out of all the ones I've seen. I think I've seen like 48 films in the last 6 months. So wanted to do a video about that where I tell you my order, my preferred order. And then the second video I would like to do is a video where I talk about the remaining movies that are coming out, the ones I'm anticipating for the rest of the year. I of course had a bunch of films for the year, or for the whole year of 2014, but I've seen a lot of them over the last 6 months. So these ones will be the remaining ones that I'm most anticipating for the rest of the year. So I'll do a video about that, the films I'm anticipating for the rest of 2014. The one I'm anticipating the most to the one I'm to the least. You get it. Okay, so without further ado, let's start this list. Let's start this review. I got my list up here, and let's start it off. So I got number one item of order is I'll talk about some of the films I've seen over the last month. Edge of Tomorrow and The Fault in Our Stars were released into theaters, both in June and both on my birthday, I might add, and both are wonderful films, I thought. Also released this month, that I saw anyways, were 22 Jump Street, which I thought was hilarious, How to Train Your Dragon 2, which I thought was pretty good, Jersey Boys, which was enjoyable, Transformers Age of Extinction, I like the first 3 films, but this one, it just wasn't as entertaining to me. Anyways, moving on, Palo Alto, which I just saw on Monday, and I thought it was interesting work from director GIA Coppola, who was a part of the Coppola family. This is her first film, I believe, and first film she directed, and it was pretty interesting. If you haven't seen it, watch, find the trailer. Palo Alto. It was written and directed by Gia Coppola and based on I believe the book is called The Palo Alto Stories, which was written by James Franco, and he's also in the film he plays a character in the film. And also I saw The Rover on Monday, which I thought was simply riveting. It's pretty good, a little Australian film with starring Guy Pearce and Robert Pattinson. Okay, moving on. Now the next few items will be Star Wars news that relates to Star Wars. Okay, so the Millennium Falcon was spotted on the Star Wars Episode 7 set. Awesome. Next, speaking of which, Harrison Ford breaks his leg on said Millennium Falcon set, and the internet goes crazy with talks of the film's release date being delayed, which won't happen, people. At least I hope not. Okay, next, Lupita Nyong'o, who you may remember was in last year's 12 Years a Slave and won the Academy Award, I believe. I could be wrong, but I seem to remember her winning the Best Supporting Actress Academy Award at this year's Oscars. Anyways, she joins the cast of Star Wars Episode 6. Rock on! And then it has been reported that Rian Johnson, or Ryan Johnson, however you say his name, who directed Looper, will write and direct Star Wars Episode 8 and Star Wars Episode 9. I don't know how I feel about this. I like Looper, so it'd be okay if if he directed one of the Star Wars episodes, but I was thinking that after JJ they would get a couple of different directors anyways for the next two episodes. But who I was really hoping the guy that Disney and Lucasfilms gets and needs to hire is Joseph Kosinski. He brought us last year's wonderful film Oblivion and did a great job reawakening Disney's own Tron franchise with Tron Legacy. So I think he would do a fabulous job given the chance to direct a Star Wars film. I think he'd be great. What do you all think? Who's watching? What do you think? Show me in your comments below on the video who you think should direct the next Star Wars films. Or if you think Rian Johnson, let me know in the comments below. Okay, next we got some news about comic book films. This bit of news is about DC Comics. So internet celebrity / journalist Nikki Fink, and I've only heard of her because of this exact story. She busts out with some big news with the possible WB / DC film schedule release, which states that Batman v Superman after Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice opens in May of 2016. We will also get Shazam in July of 2016, Sandman in December 2016, Justice League in May 2017, Wonder Woman July 2017, a Flash and Green Lantern team-up film December 2017, and Man of Steel 2 May 2018. I think this would be awesome if it's true, so I hope it happens. But well, skeptical because that's a lot of films scheduled in the upcoming years. But I hope it happens. That'd be awesome if it does. Yeah. Okay. So the next bit of news is about Marvel films. AntMan will now be directed by Peyton Reed and written by Adam McKay. I feel semi-enthusiastic about this news. I don't know. Peyton Reed, I mean, he's done a few comedies. Yes Man, and the one that I always remember when I hear his name is Down with Love, the movie with Ewan McGregor and Renee Zellweger. I thought that was a pretty good film that was made in the style of films back in the I would say 40s or 50s. It was in the style of those kind of films, and I thought that was a pretty good film. So that's the film I always think of when I hear his name. But he did direct Yes Man, like I said, and Bring It On, that cheerleading movie. So could be good news. I still wish Edgar Wright was directing it, but it's over. Now it's Peyton Reed. Okay, next, Marvel's Doctor Strange gets a director, which will be Scott Dickerson, who directed Sinister and the just recently released horror film Deliver Us from Evil. I hope this comes out together nicely. I don't know how to feel about this. I don't know the Doctor Strange comic at all or the story of that, so they got a horror director to do it, so I'm interested to see how that will turn out. All right, and continuing comic book film news. Sin City, A Dame to Kill For. Sin City, A Dame to Kill For gets a new trailer release, and it looks promising. All right, that's enough with comic book film news. Now we're on to remaining different kinds of films. Is announced as Steven Spielberg's next two films, which first will be an untitled Cold War thriller with Tom Hanks, and then the Roald Dahl adaptation, The BFG, get release dates. The untitled Cold War thriller is scheduled for release on October 16, 2015, and the BFG for July 1st, 2016. So that's cool. I can't wait for those. David O. Russell has a new film in the works titled Joy, which is scheduled for a December 2015 release. Oh, and it will star Jennifer Lawrence. Score. Tom Hanks will have a cameo appearance in Excuse me, let me start that over again. Tom Hanks will have a cameo appearance in Meg Ryan's directorial debut, Ithaca, which reunites them on screen for the fourth time, ladies and gentlemen, after starring together in two endearing Nora Ephron-directed rom-coms, Sleepless in Seattle and You Got Mail, and in my opinion, one of the most underrated films of all time and one of my personal favorite films ever, John Patrick Shanley's Joe versus the Volcano. If you have not seen Joe versus the Volcano, see it now. You need to watch it. You may need to watch it a few times to understand its greatness, but it's a real and rare treasure of a film. Oh my gosh, I love that movie. It is so good. The music's wonderful by the late, great composer Georges Delerue. He's French. The late, great French composer, I should say, Georges Delerue. And John Patrick Shanley wrote and directed it. He won an Academy for Moonstruck back in '87, I believe. And then Spielberg produced Joe vs. the Volcano, gave him a chance, said, hey, why don't you direct this movie, when he wrote the screenplay, and got directed. It didn't make that much money at the box office, so it's considered a box office bomb, but it's developed a little bit of a cult following out over the years. And it's one of my personal favorite films of all time. I love that movie. Meg Ryan plays 3 different characters in it. And yeah, I can't say enough about that movie. Oh, and then John Patrick Shanley went on to write plays afterward. He didn't. He wrote a few other screenplays, like he adapted the novel Congo for the movie, and adapted a few other things. But he finally made a comeback when he adapted his own play Doubt, and then directed that, and that was his second movie that he directed. The movie about the nuns and the priest with Philip Seymour Hoffman and Meryl Streep and Amy Adams. That was a good film. So, anyways, Tom Hanks will appear in Meg Ryan's directorial debut. It'll be a cameo, but it's kind of cool because I liked all 3 of their films, and it'll be good to see them together again. Even though Meg Ryan kind of messed up her face Okay, next bit of news. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes gets an epic final trailer release. Woohoo! Can't wait for July 11th. 11th. Okay, that's not 11th. Right. Moving on. Pirates of the Caribbean. Dead Men Tell No Tales. The fifth film in the Pirates franchise will possibly start shooting in early 2015, which is good. Great news to me. I loved the first three pirate films and hope the two directors of I'm speaking too fast. I hope the two directors of Kontiki, and I don't know how to pronounce your names, so I'm sorry if I butcher them, but here is my attempt. Joachim Ronning and Espen Sandberg. They directed last year's Kontiki, and they were hired to direct this fifth Pirates of the Caribbean film. I hope they will bring a similar fun and an interesting vibe that the first three had, and stay far away from the direction of the fourth film. That's my hope. Anyways, The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1 gets a viral video release. Looks intriguing. I haven't read any of the Hunger Games books. I own them all now. Just bought the third book on Monday. Haven't read any of the books though, but I own them all, like I said. But I've seen the first two films, and so I am interested in the next two films. And the viral video that they released looks pretty good. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's probably everywhere. But specifically, check out the website, themoviebox.net. One word, themoviebox. No spaces. Well, I guess you could space it in Google and it'll figure it out. But it's called themoviebox.net. And you'll see the trailer on there, I think. Robert Downey Jr.'s new film, The Judge, gets a trailer and poster release. It also stars Robert Duvall as Downey Jr.'s character's father. OMG, it looks good. All right. Brad Pitt's new film, Fury, gets a poster and trailer release. Looks harrowing. Dumb and Dumber 2 gets a new poster and trailer release. Looks hilarious. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles gets a full-length trailer release. Looks okay. The Expendables 3 gets a new trailer release and a new poster banner that features the entire cast. Exciting. Star Trek 3, Transformers 5, and G.I. Joe 3 are all coming out in 2016, as well as Hansel and Gretel, Witch Hunters 2, Paranormal Activity 5, which was pushed back. It was supposed to open this October, then pushed back to like January, February of next year, but now it's pushed even further back to 2016. Beverly Hills Cop 4 and a Ben-Hur remake are also part of the Paramount release schedule in 2016. Hopefully some of these films are good. Jupiter Ascending's release date gets pushed back to February 2015. Surprisingly, I'm not too upset by this. I've been upset by other films being pushed back, the release date being pushed back, but I'm not too upset by this because I haven't. I want to see it, but I really don't know how to feel about it. Other than I'm kind of interested in it, so I'll see it, but I don't know if I'm not extremely excited about it. So I'm glad they are fine-tuning it. I hope that's what they're doing and not rushing it. I hope that's why they pushed it back, so they can fine-tune it, and then it'll even be better than it was going to be. Anyways, that's what I hope. So I'm cool with it being pushed back to February 2015. All right, Michael Keaton's new film, Birdman, gets a trailer and poster release. Looks interesting. Check it out if you haven't seen it. Josh Brolin. See, I get in that tongue trying again. Let me get some of the sweet nectar of the gods. Anyways, that's anyway. Josh Brolin will reunite with the Coen brothers in their new film, Hail Caesar. It also stars George Clooney, Channing Tatum, Ralph Fiennes, and Tilda Swinton. Hercules gets a new poster and trailer release. Looks okay, though it is a Brett Ratner film, so keep your expectations low. Oh, here's another bit of Star Wars news that I didn't include with the other Star Wars news, but here it is anyways. Josh Trank will direct a Star Wars spin-off movie, which will supposedly be released December 2018. Could be interesting. Like I said in my last video, I don't know how to feel about these spin-off movies. I'll have to see something, the trailer or something to get me really excited. Right now, I'm just kind of like, we don't really need a spin-off movie, but if I see a trailer like it, then I will be excited about the spin-off movies. But anyways, Gareth Edwards was last month. Gareth Edwards, they announced that he was going to direct one of the Star Wars spin-off films. And this month announced that Josh Trank, who Chronicle, and right now he is directing the Fantastic Four reboot movie. But yeah, he's been hired to direct a different Star Wars spin-off movie, so could be interesting. All right, Bill Condon has been hired by Disney to direct a live-action Beauty and the Beast film. Might be worth it. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. Whatever. I don't feel we need another Beauty and the Beast film, but if it looks good, I'll go see it. Whatever. In related news, Beauty and the Beast news, Guillermo Del Toro exits Warner Brothers live-action take on Beauty and the Beast. So Warner Brothers was also going to make another one, but they were going to do it closer to the book than what Disney did with their animated film. But this news actually makes me happy because, and I know I'm going to, it's not a popular opinion, but I think Guillermo del Toro is completely overrated. He's a completely overrated director. I mean, what has he done that's been that good, really? I mean, yeah, he directed like an critically acclaimed film, Pan's Labyrinth, which I'll admit I still have not seen. Went to watch it one time when I was tired, and I fell asleep in it, and I haven't seen it since. But I will watch it one day, I promise. I just haven't seen it yet. And then his other films haven't really been that great. So I don't understand the love that Del Toro gets. I thought Pacific Rim looked horrible, but I watched it anyways, and it's actually better than I thought it would be. I'd still give it like a 6 stars out of 10, but I didn't think that was that good. And I hear that they're planning on a Pacific Rim 2, which I don't plan on seeing, so I don't know why they're doing that. And the only really movie I like of his that I've seen, because like I said, I haven't seen Pan's Labyrinth really all the way through, is Hellboy. Didn't like the sequel at all. Thought it was cheesy as F. So I don't understand the love for Del Toro, and I think he's completely overrated. Again, I know that's not a popular opinion, and there you have it, though. That's my opinion. I think he's an overrated director. All right, next. Ghostbusters returns to the big screen in over 700 theaters on August 29th for its 30th anniversary, and a new Blu-ray set will be debuting on September 16th. I believe it's both Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters 2. And also, Forrest Gump returns to the even bigger screen, getting an IMAX release this September. It'll be nice to see this film again, and on IMAX. I'm there for Forrest Gump. Hello, I'm Forrest Gump. That's me. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be that IMAX screen. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it all over. It's going to be great. Anyways. And finally, last but not least, the long-anticipated franchise reawakening, Mad Max Fury Road, starring Tom Hardy, this time as Mad Max, and Charlize Theron, graces the cover of the Entertainment Weekly magazine, featuring the two aforementioned stars, along with a few other production photos that feature inside that week's issue. So there we have it. Those are the big news stories of the month of June that I liked and was interested about. Comment below, subscribe to me, give me a thumbs up, whatever you want, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers, biggies.